Hello world, this is Random Fix. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys a story about buying fake gold. So, I bought fake gold and honestly, I was pretty pissed. When it happened to me, I remember being so pissed off that I paid so much money for a 1 ounce bar of metal and getting scammed by somebody, right? So I'm going to share with you guys this story in the video in its entirety and the lessons you should actually learn from this. And I'm also going to have a link down to another video that I did on where to buy gold and silver on the cheap, because trust me, I've learned my lesson and know more about gold and silver, about detecting fakes, testing it, doing specific gravity tests, the magnet test, the thermal test, the you name it on here, micrometer test, checking with the apps like these two right here. This is from Scottsdale Mint, and we have the year of the rat here. This is a 1 ounce gold bar here, and this right here is another 1 ounce gold bar, and this is the year of the dog. So I've done probably hundreds of hours of research on where to find gold dealers that are reputable, and I'll have that link below. But in this video today, we're going to go into this crazy experience that I had, and hopefully you guys can get some benefit without having to go through any of the headaches. And if you guys have a similar experience, please share it down below, because the more we learn from each other, the more we can avoid some of these bad apples that really ruin it for everybody else and cause us unnecessary stress. All right, so before we get into the two bars that I bought here from Pamp, I want to go a little bit back into the actual backstory. So at this time when COVID-19 occurred and the shutdown actually happened, a lot of the places were actually out of gold. So gold was out everywhere. You couldn't go to some of the bullion sites, they were sold out, and there was very few bars available, and there's still very few bars available on the market. And I was also afraid of some of the lesser known bullion dealers not delivering on their promise or canceling my order if the price actually happened to hike. I'm going to show you guys these pictures of these two bars. So you see the first picture here, and we can see that everything looks great from the front. It's got this nice cover on here, and on the back we see another picture here with the two bars laid out, but it's really hard to tell if something is authentic, such as gold, from pictures. So you really need it in your hand. You need to be able to test it. You need to be able to weigh it. You also want to do specific tests like the magnet test, specific gravity tests, and gold has a certain ring to it. When you actually flick it, you're not able to do any of this testing when it's actually in the hard casing here. So my story of buying fake gold begins here in April. This is during the COVID-19 times, and as you guys know, everything was shut down. So there wasn't like a local coin dealer or jeweler that I can go to and buy some gold. So I decided to go and buy some gold on eBay, just because honestly I'd never bought gold before. So knowing what I know, I decided to do some research. And one of the things that I noticed when I actually got this particular two gold bars from this person, I noticed that there was like a handwritten message, and I didn't think too much of it. But this was a message that actually came on the eBay package, and I thought it was something weird. So I was like, okay, this guy's being either really nice or this is kind of funny. So it kind of like triggered my spidey sense. And I decided to start doing some research on how to detect real gold from fake gold, and just kind of started really diving in to see what was the right thing for me to do, because I was looking at both of the bars, and as you guys noticed here, one of the serial numbers is right here, and the other serial number is going to be almost a different font. And these are supposed to be two identical casings on here, and if you guys actually notice that the writing is a little different. So a lot of these Pamp bars here, they actually use something called a dot matrix printer. And what a dot matrix printer does is basically it has like a little tip that goes and maybe puts down 10 to 15 dots to make this 3 here. And I noticed that when I was actually looking at the gold bars here, that some irregularities started showing up. And one of the irregularities was, the G started looking a little funny from this G to this G. And I thought it was a little strange. So I started going on YouTube just to see if anybody else had any more information about these bars, and to make sure if I had missed something, just because I'd rather give somebody the benefit of the doubt, and really wanted just to see what was happening. So I emailed the seller. I said, hey, I noticed irregularities. Can you provide me proof that you actually purchased these bars and they are in fact gold? Because I bought authentic gold, and I want to make sure that I'm not just buying some dud here. And at first he told me no, that he can't do it. He doesn't have the receipts, and it's been so far back. And I said, well, you're a gold dealer. I expect a serial number invoice for these two. And just because I'm seeing some inconsistencies here, can you please explain to me what this is? And he said, oh, they have different packaging, and they have different ones that have scanners built in, and try to give me all this talk and didn't answer the question. So that's when things got a little heated, and I'm actually gonna jump to the conversation. So this is actually my conversation with this particular person, and I've actually gone through and made a few edits. So the name isn't really going to be displayed here, but I'm sure if you guys are really interested, you guys can go ahead and do your own research out there and try to figure out who this is. But it's a seller on eBay, and I'm going to take you guys back to the very beginning. When I emailed the guy, I said, hey, I just opened the package. Here's what I got. Here's the 2 serial numbers, because I had the serial numbers from the ad too. And I asked him for proof. And he told me basically it's been too long. He doesn't have it. And nonetheless, the conversation just kind of started heating up. And this whole entire time when he was talking to me, he literally posed that he was a doctor. I couldn't even verify if the guy's gold was real or not. Nonetheless, if he was an MD, and every time he would write something over, he would actually state in here MD at the end of his name. And honestly, I got a little sick and tired of it. And I'm going to show you guys one of the things that really tipped me off was this. So this is DH Gate. And so when I was doing my research out there, just so how I can actually authenticate these particular bars, I happened to stumble upon this. And I thought, okay, this is kind of interesting. There's companies out there that are selling these fake bars here for $28. So every time I let the guy know, I said, hey, did you know that these bars are rapidly sold out there? He would never really answer the question. And this is real, guys. This is a website. Here's the URL for it. You can go on here. This is super scary because they're selling this fake gold, and honestly, the packaging here is really good, very identical to what I actually had in my hand. And some of these other ones here actually had some of the more advanced packaging here with the QR scanner. And nonetheless, this thing just heated up here, and I sent the gold back to him. He still wouldn't return my money, and he refused to basically let me open the packaging, which was kind of weird because I bought it. I just found this whole experience to be a complete nightmare. It really got my blood pressure elevated. Um, and every time this guy got a chance to go through and break an agreement, he would. So this is an email that I actually sent him, and I said, "Hey, as per our agreement, please send me back my money once you get it." Right. So he got his package back, and he still basically refused to give me back my money. It was crazy. It was a really horrible experience. So make sure you guys check out that video below on where to buy authentic gold, whether you're going through uh, an extended COVID-19 stay. This will really help you out, and this will not happen to you on the places that I'm recommending. And nonetheless, long story short, I ended up getting my money back, minus I think I might have gave up $200 for getting this nightmare out of my life. And honestly, when COVID-19 is over, I am going to be calling eBay and PayPal and getting all my money back. And as you guys know, a lot of the bigger companies here like eBay, Amazon, PayPal basically disappeared off the face of the earth when this thing happened. They still took your money, but there was no customer service. So I want to share this experience with you guys, and I have a video below as well on how you can actually detect fake gold. But this was 100% fake because of the story that I was getting from the guy. The invoices that he produced didn't have any numbers. They were all just mismatched stuff. He was sending me pictures of him at a hospital working, and honestly, I don't care if he was an MD or what he was. I just wanted real gold. I'd paid for that right, and this guy was basically scamming me out of my hard-earned money. So I hope this video helped you guys out a little bit, and please feel free to share your stories down below. So I want to give a shout out to PayPal because PayPal actually stepped up and got this handled, because eBay actually denied the case because they had no idea what was going on and there was no customer service at the time. There still isn't any customer service, which is driving me crazy. And one other thing that was great about PayPal is when you buy an item and it's not authentic, you have 180 days to make a claim on it, which is great. And a couple of other things too is sometimes people are testing the gold with the acid test that you basically rub on a special rock and you pour the acid on it and see if it dissolves or not. You got to watch out for some really great counterfeit coins and bars when you're doing that, because sometimes they'll be actually gold plated and inside they're actually a different metal like tungsten, which can really ruin your day. So make sure that you guys read the ad description very well on any item that you're looking at, whether it's eBay or anywhere else, making sure that it states that it's 100% gold and not gold plated. Because if you happen to buy that, even if you want to go and challenge it, you're just going to run against a little bit more resistance. So do your homework, make sure you know who you're buying from. Check out my other video, and I'm going to show you guys who you can trust and how you can make sure you're getting a great deal as well. All right, guys. Well, that's my story about the Pamp bars that I bought. And, you know, it takes a lot for me to do this video because sometimes when a person makes a mistake, instead of just running around and making it look like I know everything, which I don't, I want to share this experience with you guys. So I want to hear back from you guys. If you guys have had a similar experience, please leave it down below, whether you've been sold a fake gold bar, a gold coin, a fake diamond. Please share your experience down below because I would really love to learn from those experiences, just like mine is here for you guys today, even though it caused me some grief and a little bit loss of sleep. Nonetheless, I think it's something that we all can learn from. And if you guys, again, are new to gold, please check out the video on how to detect fakes. And I'm going to do more videos that are a little bit more broken down because there's so much to take into consideration. There's very fancy tools you can buy, and we can cover that a little bit more into some of the other videos. And thanks again, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and smash on the notification button as well. Have a fantastic day, and thanks again.